Hi everybody, it's Farmer John. Welcome to Just Zinc About It. Well, today I think we're going to go ahead and dig into the potatoes. Looks like some of the bed is ready to go, and we'll probably pick a few onions. I have a few tomatoes to take off, and over the week I'm going to start breaking down the garden, get rid of the herbs and flowers and stuff. But for any of you experienced gardeners out there, this plant that I thought was a green bean plant looks like it might be a weed. I don't know, all the flowers are yellow, but I know I planted these, and these flowers are purple. There's flowers over here that are white. Flowers usually mean that's where we're going to get some fruit. But this thing is not bushing up like I thought it should. So I was just wondering if anyone knows if this is a green bean plant, or if it's just a weed that I got excited because it was growing in the spot. It looks like the peppers have just about had it. I'm going to do one good harvest this week, get anything off of it. The jalapenos are going black. I was going to see if we could get any red ones off of here, but so if anyone knows if black ones are okay, or what should I do with them, go ahead and write it in comments, please. Don't just text me, write it in my comments. So you can see the potatoes are starting to die off, so I think they're ready. So I'm gonna harvest about the first half of this bed, and there's quite a few onions that are ready to go. So the way you find out if an onion is ready is at the neck. If the neck is soft and bent over like that, like so, for example, this one is not bent over, so it's not quite ready to go. But this one here, yeah, its top is almost dead. So yeah, it's a good onion, and I'll put those up to dry once we get them picked. So anyway, let's get started on the potatoes. You guys will be as surprised as I am if I get any. Who knows? My luck, the voles came in here and ate them out again, because we had a vole problem on the other bed where they were getting up underneath the thing, and I put some poison down, but I don't know if that helped. Anyway, let's get started on the potatoes. Okay, here we go. Get this first plant. So far, everything's pretty small. But I don't see any damage from any kind of voles or anything like that. Not very deep either. You would think with all this fresh soil, soft soil, that it would have been deeper. But not finding anything very deep. If you like little potatoes, looks like we've got them. Now there's a nice one, decent size. Not great though. This row here was the row that were from last year, and I had Yukon Golds periodically put in here randomly, and I don't know. It's funny, I'm growing all this stuff and the only thing I can eat is onions, because I'm on that carnivore diet, trying to lose some weight. And so far I've lost some, but not as fast as I used to when I would go on it before. I'd go on the no carb stuff, and first week I would always lose about 5 pounds, and this time I didn't lose any the first week. I lost 5 the second week, and then it gets to a point where you're, 1 or 2 pounds a week. So anyway, that's the harvest from these first 3 plants right here. I'm going to go to the middle, so might as well put you on turbo, and that way you don't have to listen to me sit here and babble on about nothing. Well, that's what I got out of the first half. Lots of small potatoes, nothing I really even would want to take home. They're these small ones don't last nearly as long as the big ones, and well, I think we're finding out I'm not a very good gardener. Maybe we should call me something besides Farmer John. Maybe, I don't know, waste your time, John. All right, well, let's move on to the onions. We'll do some onions. All right, so I'm gonna only try to get the ones where the neck is broken off, like I showed you. And that's a nice onion right there, because I want these to be just a little bigger. I mean, that's a good size onion for 2 people. So if you ever want to like just make a quick meal, it's a good size. Those are about perfect for Kim and I. But some people want to get some gigantic ones. Me personally, I don't mind the small ones, but I wouldn't mind them a little bigger than that. There's a good one. Now, right now I'm doing the sweet onions. See how this is completely off, broken? So that just means that it's not growing anymore, so there's no reason to leave it in the ground. But some are still going. It stormed last night, so the ground is nice and wet, so it's easy to pick these. That's why some of the dirt's hanging on them, but it's okay. All right, well, here's a white one that's bent over. That's real little, isn't it? White onions. We have some of these also that are ready. It's a little better. Some of them just aren't ready though. That one's ready. These are about the same size, it seems like. Not real big, but I'm sure they're tasty. We had onions when we got back here. I left some here at the condo, and we got back here 6-8 months later, and we had onions downstairs stored in our basement that were, you know, it's cold down there, so they were still good. We used them when we got back. All right, looks like all the rest of these are still growing a little bit. Good shot at the harvest. And I can go put these in the rack and we'll go from there. Just if you want to see some of the carrots. Carrots are about that big. We don't really even eat carrots. I don't know why I grew them. There's some nice carrots in here. So I went fishing this week for the first time. On my first cast, I got a bass. So I'm gonna put that picture up of the bass that I caught, just to give you guys a laugh. All right, I'll close this in a minute. Okay, I'm done harvesting. There's my sweet onions, white onions, and potatoes. Look at how many small ones. There's really nothing of size you could use as a baked potato. It's very disappointing. You know, to give myself a break, I didn't get this planted until June 8th. That's about a month late for the potatoes and onions, so that's probably why they didn't get as big. And I don't know if the raised beds had an effect or not. They didn't go very deep, the potatoes. The onions grew this normal way. Tomatoes, they're still just getting ready to blow up, but I got some yellows today, some jalapenos, some banana peppers, and that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me from an algorithm standpoint, and at least subscribe. I mean, I got 90 subscribers and nobody's getting into the videos because the last 2 videos were under 30 views. So give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And we'll see you next Saturday. Thank you.